We're back with Prison Letters Part 2.
Dun dun dun.
Okay, so...
There's quite a leap in time here.
Yeah, there's quite a jump in time. The last one was April of 08, and this one's February of 09.
Yeah, so 2 months shy of a year on that one.
This is on Valentine's Day, 2009. Saturday, 7:30 a.m. Hello, Mother dear. Hey, he actually said hi, Mother dear, just like he does on the phone. No, I thought I'd start another letter to you this morning. Not really much to say because I just sent you a letter a couple days ago. Where the fuck is that? Well, we are relying on somebody that transcribed all these for us, so they may be out of order.
Yeah, if that's the case, we'll work with it.
Yeah. Let's see. No, I'm just bored again. No, I'll be calling you in 1.5 hours. They'll be waking everyone up for head count in 30 minutes at 8 a.m.? Hey, they get to sleep in. Cool. Most everyone will go back to bed after that. Though except the ones that have to clean. No, I'm one of them that has to clean today. I'll probably mop, then come back to my room and wait until 9 so I can call you.
Okay.
Okay.
Now that I get finished talking to you, now I'll probably come back in my room and then spend the day reading the Bible.
Boy, it's done a world of good for him, hasn't it?
It has. I'm reading the New Testament all the way through. There's 632 pages, and I'm on page 301. You are such a tedious fuck.
Yeah. And that's not how you tell where you are in the Bible. You don't page number. This man read the Bible and doesn't know that's not... whatever.
Yeah. No, I started reading it a couple of days ago and was only reading a little at a time. But since I got a write-up for doing laundry, now I'm sticking back to staying in my room so I don't get in any more situations for write-ups. How did you get it? Can we have more detail on that?
Yeah, Daddy got a write-up for doing laundry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's better to play it safe. I might lose a little good time for this write-up, but I'll be able to get it back.
He's always the optimist.
He is.
That's one thing you can give this guy. He is optimistic.
Very much so.
He could be like up to his chest in like shit just pouring out of like a hole in the wall.
Yeah.
And he'd be optimistic because it's not up to his neck.
That's true.
Yeah. Which is a metaphor for his life.
Yes, it is.
I've started another book and named it The Devil's Reign. But I got a block on page 31. So I started another book. And I'm naming it Kentucky Prison Jokes. Or are they? As of right now, I've thought up 76 jokes. I'm going to find someone that can draw cartoon pictures to go with each joke in the book. Oh, God. Imagine that.
Oh, man.
This guy coming up to you with a bunch of stupid jokes he wrote himself.
Right? Oh, man.
And then imagine if that made it to print, right? And you're in the bookstore and you're like, oh, Kentucky prison jokes. Yeah. Okay. And then you proceed to pick something else up because you have no context for that.
Yeah.
Okay, and then arrow to the next page.
A couple of guys have read them here and like it. No, I guess I'm gonna stop here for now. No, I'll write more later.
No, I'm here again just to tell you. No, I just tried to call you, but got no answer, so I'll try again in a bit. No, I would have called at 9 like I normally do, but I cleaned for 3 other people today because they were too lazy to. I don't know, buddy. I feel like maybe they're working you. It took me an hour and a half to finish, but I got it done. One guy gave me a noodle. Yippee. No, I'm sure the other 2 will give me something when they wake up. I don't know. I think they're just working you, buddy. No, I'm going to do some more reading, then I'll write more later.
Hi again. It's 5 p.m. now, and I just tried calling you again and still got no answer. No, I figured I'll try again at 5:30, And if I still don't get a hold of you, I'll call again in the morning.
No, I haven't been doing much today except reading the Bible, sleeping, then I cleaned this morning. No, I'm spending most all of my time in my room, you mean your cell, alone, so I can avoid being around any immaturity. You're attracted to immaturity, Lauren.
Yeah.
That's your thing. No, I'm hoping I'll get my letter of acceptance into the class this week and get shipped out of this place so I can start doing more things, especially my books. I'm anxious to get started typing them up.
I've grown a beard and mustaches. Really, more than one?
Yeah, he's got one on his forehead, one on his back.
I've been growing it for the last 3 weeks. I thought about letting it grow the whole time I'm incarcerated, just to show how long I could get it. I'm going to try to grow an Uncle Clete mustache too, just for the fun of it. I figure there's nobody in here I want to look good for, or I'm trying to impress, so why not do it for shits and giggles?
That's a good thing you're not trying to look good. No, I'm going to stop writing here again. We have head count in a few minutes, so I'll write more later. Before I forget, though, is there any chance you've taken pictures of Bud and Sadie for me yet? Write more later.
I tried calling you a couple more times. I just remembered you said something about 2 free nights at a hotel someplace, so I figure that must be where you are at now. It's 7:30 p.m. right now, and normally you'd be home. That's the only place I can think that you are, unless you found a man and being a slut for the night. Are you kidding
To
me?
his own mother.
You said that to your
To
mom?
his own mother.
Oh my god.
Being a slut for the night.
Oh shit.
Wow. Okay.
Ha ha. I have a bit of an issue picturing that, but thought I'd create a smile from you with it. She's not
She's
smiling.
not smiling, dude. She's insulted.
Dude. Sorry. What?
No, I'll try calling you again tomorrow. And if I don't get you, then I'll try again until I do. No, I'm going to bed in an hour. I'm reading more of the Bible until I do. I don't know why it irks me so much that this goon keeps talking about reading the Bible.
Yeah. Oh, so this is a couple of days together. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's Sunday morning at 9. I just tried calling you again and got no answer still. I'm assuming that you must be at that hotel you were telling me about. I hope you're having fun. I'm spending my morning reading the Bible again and trying to decide if I want to go to recreation time or not. It looks like it's nice out, but I don't want any losers trying to walk around with me or talk to me.
Bold of you to call someone else the loser.
I enjoy spending my time alone when I'm out there because it helps to clear my head and keep my sanity. It's not all that bad in here, really. It's just a pain in the ass being around so many
Oh my god. So many dumb hard R N-words.
and some white
Hard R N-words.
as well.
Oh my god. You know, usually when we read these chat logs and things like that, I just read them, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not gonna pull the punches on what they say, but my god, Lauren.
Yes.
Lauren.
Wow.
Who the hell are you to
Oh.
look down on somebody like? Who the hell are you? Why is it all the racist people like that are just like hills have eyes, goon motherfuckers looking down on other people?
Right?
Yeah, like the lowest of the low. Like, Lauren, I wish you could step outside of yourself and look at you. Like right now, here you are in 2008 writing this. I wish you could step back and look at you, and look at you and what your life is like and what you've just written.
Yeah.
And you have the sheer audacity to look down on somebody else. God.
Oh, Jesus.
The immaturity level is high, but that's another reason I keep to myself a lot. And I'll be quite busy when I get to where I'm going because of the class I have to take. Plus, I'm going to take other courses so that I can get more good time. With all of that, plus working, plus my books, I'll remain quite busy, so the time will go by quite fast. I guess I'm going to go outside for rec. And I'll write more later when the mail is out tomorrow morning.
Then.
Oh, then mail this out tomorrow morning.
Sunday, 8:30 p.m. Hi, Mother dear. I'm not going to write much tonight, other than I'm going to bed, and I'll write more tomorrow. I just found out that tomorrow's a holiday, and there's no mail, so it'll give me more time to write another page or so. Good night for now.
Hi again. It's Monday, 7:30 p.m. I just talked to you a while ago. I hated calling you that second time, but I wanted to know if you had sent my book out to me and wanted to know about Bud and Sadie, and also wanted to have you send me a guitar beginner's book.
Yeah, you really hated to have to call.
And be like, hey, can you do all of these things for me? Let me give you the list.
Yeah, and then let me write about it in this letter.
I wonder why Mama Gwen didn't open these.
Which I can't imagine.
Yeah.
No, I figure if I have the chance and time to learn to play the guitar, then I want to start from scratch and learn to read the music instead of only being limited to playing some chords like Dad did. He was just too lazy to learn to play by reading the music.
I wonder how that went, Lauren. You know, after talking shit about your dad, I wonder, did you learn to read music? Yeah, let's see.
Probably
Well,
not.
shit. You may as well just wait to send my book and the guitar book until I get to where I'm going. And I'm also going to have you send my Spanish words to me and maybe get me a Spanish 1 and Spanish 2 learning book and a book on either karate or Tai Chi. Spelling, it's pronounced Tichi with a long I. Yeah. No, I'd rather have a Tai Chi learning book. I'm going to see what I can find when I get to where I'm going before I have you send me any martial arts books, I think. Yeah, Mom, get on this. With your limited income, I want you to just get all of these things and just send them to me on my whims.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna learn everything I can while I'm in this situation. No, I don't want this time in my life being wasted like so many people in this situation let happen. So, I'm gonna stay as busy as I possibly can for the time I have to be in here.
No, I figure between typing my books, working, taking the class I have to take, and the ones I want to take, learning to play the guitar, and learning a martial art, and learning to speak more Spanish, I should be able to stay quite busy, and the time will go by a lot faster. No, I'm happy to have a good head start on learning Spanish. It will be a lot easier to learn the rest. Spoiler alert, he didn't do any of that shit, except he did learn how to strum on his guitar.
No, I know you don't like talking about what led me into being in this situation. No, I don't like talking about it anymore either. It just frustrates me to have somebody even partially consider what they did being justified when it wasn't. It's simple. They play me on my emotions, and that's how they got me to go to the house.
Everybody listening to that knows that is bullshit, Lauren. Your mother maybe doesn't realize the level of bullshit that is, but everybody listening to this right now, and you, know that this is bullshit.
Yes. They are the ones that had to plan everything in my head. Really, Lauren?
Yeah. That's why in the first hour, that's why in like an hour after talking to Kayla about the weirdos, you were standing there butt naked, flipping your floppy around in front of her.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure she planted that idea.
Yeah, she planted that idea with her, if you want to.
And Kay's
Yeah.
dick. They knew I wasn't able to think straight and could be talked into almost anything short of murder. No little exaggeration there.
Why, Lauren? Why? You were messed up at the time. You weren't thinking straight. They got you to the house to go molest a child. Why couldn't they have talked you into murder if all that's true, Lauren?
Yeah.
What would have stopped you from murder? You were there to molest a child.
This dick.
You know that you can kill somebody and you can have people out there defending you, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you molest a child, you don't have people out there rooting for you.
No.
That should tell you something, Lauren. You can murder a person in front of witnesses and have people cheering you on. But if you molest a child, people hate you. That should tell you something.
Nah, he's too stupid to learn anything.
No, you did the worst thing, Lauren. Or
Babe?
tried to.
Yeah. And I like how somehow within that first hour, they saw how vulnerable he was.
Well, I mean, Kayla was just so all about it, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was talking about how hard his life was, wasn't he?
Oh yeah, you just opened up about all his problems.
Basically, somebody made me feel like they gave a shit. And I haven't felt that in a long, long time. And that's how they got me to go there. I knew it was wrong the whole time. But I just couldn't see past the way they were making me feel and the guilt trips.
Yeah, the guilt trips. Kayla, Kayla laid the guilt trips on you.
Yeah.
The one time when she said, you're going to forget all about Kayla.
Yeah.
That was all the guilt trip you needed. That's why there's nobody that will ever convince me that they were right. There's also nobody that's going to talk me out of doing my book, because now I know for a fact people want to know the other side of the story, and also nobody will talk me out of taking them to court and suing them for entrapment, criminal conspiracy, and criminal solicitation. Yeah, that worked out really well for you too, didn't it, Lauren?
Okay, so the criminal solicitation, that's because of all the times she begged you.
All the time she stood in front of the camera and showed off her dick, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm the one whose name and life has been messed up because of these corrupt, money-hungry, sick assholes. And I'm the one that's going to fight to get honest justice every way I possibly can. The only way you could get more justice, Lauren, is if you'd done more time. Now that I'm almost at the end of this paper, I'll end this letter here, even though I feel like writing more, though not about my situation, but only to write more to you. Guess I'll have to read more in the Bible until the last head count at 8:30. I love you, Lauren.
Well, shit. I changed my mind. I'm gonna write to you some more. I was weighing the amount of papers I had to send you in this envelope, and I had to put 2 stamps on it anyways. So I decided to keep writing.
I've already realized that being in prison is all what you make of it. I'd rather be home and have Bud and Sadie and Daisy and be around the rest of my family. But if you do things to better yourself while you're in here, it's really not that bad. Actually, he's probably living way better than he's lived before this. He's definitely living and eating better than he was in Nashville.
100%.
And looking at that shack he had built in his sister's driveway and shit, he's probably... Lauren is a guy that when he goes to prison, his standard of living goes up.
Yeah, that's sad.
Yeah. Let's see. It makes it worse if you're lazy and just want to lay around and do nothing all day. There are some guards in here that really need an adjustment in their attitudes. There's one that's really pissed me off, and if I wasn't here, he wouldn't have run his mouth like he did one day. No, I would have knocked him out. If I weren't in here, he would never have dared run his mouth at all. Anyway, I try to keep in mind that these guards are only doing their jobs and they have a family to go home to. But there are some that are corrupt as hell, and that make you wish the worst on them.
No, I still haven't written any more on my other book that I started called The Devil's Ring. No, I still have a little block happening, but I'm starting to get a couple of small ideas about where to go with it next.
Now, I've used a lot of paper out of this pad since I bought it a week ago. Now I'm going to have to buy some more. Hint, hint, more, my dear. Now I'm also going to have to buy a couple more pens too. Hint, hint. This one's almost out of ink already, and I bought this the same time I bought the paper. These pens are cheap. They run out of ink fast.
No, I'm anxious now to hurry up and get where I'm gonna be, so I can start taking college courses and get a job and do all the other things I want to do. No, I'm tired of being here and waiting. No, I guess the next place I'm gonna be will be a lot better because there's more to do. Thank God.
So he needs to get a job. And here it is, 2025. And he doesn't have a job. He's just moving around his yard playing with pallets.
Yeah.
Why do you not have more money than what you're telling me you have? That's a weird opening line.
Right?
No, I just realized that today after I got off the phone with you, that with the money you're supposed to be getting from Redacted for the house, you're working and you voucher for rent, you should be doing good. Plus your Social Security, not to mention that huge $10 back child support check you get. Ha, what a joke. Plus Redacted should be giving you money for staying with you. No, I know you have your new car and all, but why are you still having to work so much? No, I don't like that you're still working more than 3 days a week. Please, for me, cut it down to 3 days a week. No, I'm going to stop here and put this stuff in the envelope to mail out in the morning. Maybe part of the reason she's working is because her loser son is in prison someplace and demanding a bunch of bull crap.
Yeah. Nah, that ain't it.
No.
P.S. Find out what Lori told them people that are taking care of Bud for me, please. And don't forget, please, I love you, Lauren. Ha! No, I don't have to use 2 stamps.
He's so worried about Bud. He was not worried about Bud that night.
Not a fucking bit.
When he got arrested, he didn't say, "I've got a dog at home." When he's sitting in front of the detective, he didn't say, "I have a dog at home." He didn't give a fuck about Bud. And now all of a sudden he's like, "Please tell me about Bud."
Yeah. Oh, God.
Poor Bud.
All right. Kiss, kiss.